Hey now, welcome to A Pot of Love with C. Brianna. Today we are making sweet potato cornbread. These are the ingredients. I have butter, coconut milk, Jiffy's, coconut cream, a half of a sweet potato, cinnamon, nutmeg, and vanilla. Okay, so first I'm going to heat up the sweet potato. Like I said before, it's a half of a sweet potato and I'm gonna warm it up. It's already cooked, but it's easier to mash it up when it's hot since I had it in the refrigerator. So this is me cutting it in half, and this gives you about what you need as a substitute instead of using an egg. So I'm going to go ahead and butter up the bowls that I will be using so that my sweet potato can come out of it really nice. My sweet potato cornbread, could come out really nice, smooth, and neat, and don't stick to the bottom of my container. I'm also going to put some butter aside to melt to put inside of the sweet potato cornbread. And this is kind of like almost plant-based, vegetarian, vegan, but the butter is what is not making it plant-based, okay? Because the butter is a byproduct of, a cow. But I'm mashing up my sweet potato as much as I can with this fork so it can smoothly go into the Jiffy cornbread mix. I have my melted butter ready. And make sure you don't heat the butter up too hot because it'll burn. Okay, so I'm putting the Jiffy. I'm just breaking up the big lumps in the Jiffy cornbread. And I'm going to add the milk that I'm using. It is coconut milk. I think it's 1/3. I started off with 1/3. And I'm going to basically put 1/3 of the sweet potato. I used less sweet potato once and it was not as moist as I like it. So it's kind of depending on how moist you like it. It was a little crumbly. So I think 1/3 sweet potato is perfect. I'm just mixing it up as much as I can before I get the hand blender to get a good mix. I'm just adding a little bit more coconut milk to get it to the consistency that I needed. The sweet potato makes it thicker, so it does need more liquid than it asks for on the directions. So I'm going to get my hand blender to make it very smooth to get it to the texture with no lumps, no sweet potato, what is it, hairs or whatever, you know what I'm talking about, to get it real smooth and decadent. Okay, and I'm going to add my butter now that everything is smoothly mixed in, so then it could just be easily mixed inside of it. Look at that golden color. A lot of people I've seen, they use like what is that called, food coloring to make it more orange. It's not that serious. to add the toxicness is not that serious for the aesthetic. Okay, it is golden and beautiful, giving very ancestral vibes. Okay, so that was the regular cornbread. Now we're making like the sweet potato cornbread. I'm adding the coconut cream, the cinnamon, the nutmeg, and the vanilla. The first batch that I made is just like a traditional cornbread. I was just substituting the egg for the sweet potato because I don't use eggs. But now this combination right here, that's that sweet potato cornbread for real. It's gonna give it that sweet potato pie taste, but in almost like a cake form. Okay, so good. Like, just thinking about it, so bomb. Okay, I made a smaller version of that because I was really making this because I think I was eating this with like greens. I think I made greens and red beans and rice and cornbread. So that's what I originally did it for. So I started off with 15 minutes, checking on it to see how it's looking, because the sweet potato is going to cause for more time to be spent in the oven. So I put it in for 7 more minutes, and I'm going to check the inside of it. You see it broke apart. It did what it's supposed to do. Checking in to see if anything comes up on it. I think it's like a tad bit on there. And on this one, it's definitely not done. It's still very wet on the inside of it because it's deeper. I'm going to let that sit. I'm going to take out the smaller one because I know that one is done, but leave in that larger one. I should say it took about 28, maybe 30 minutes. Now this part I have never done before. I just wanted to try something out. I put some coconut cream and butter to glaze this with. It was cool, but it was a little too sweet for me. Like, you see, I didn't add any type of sugar. The only sweetener that I have is the sweet potato itself, along with the coconut cream. Okay, so now this one, I think it's done. Let's see. Yeah. Hey now, I'm gonna taste this sweet potato cornbread. I made for the second time. I think I'm gonna put it back in the oven. It could be a little bit more, you know. And I just want to insert that if you like airy and fluffy, light cornbread, the sweet potato cornbread is very dense and heavy and chewy and cakey. So this recipe is not really for everybody. It's so bomb. I think adding the butter and the coconut cream on top made it soft. This is dangerous. This is dangerous. I need to learn how to make cornbread with spelt flour, or I need to learn how to make it from scratch, like the most healthiest way possible, because that is enjoyable. Oh, I can't wait. That little pan could be eaten all today. That's the dangerous part about it. The other one, the traditional one that I just substituted the egg, the sweet potato with, that is for my dinner, for my beans. But baby, that sweet potato with the cinnamon and the nutmeg, baby. Yeah, I like my cornbread with a little shell on top. Okay, this didn't have that shell. I took it out too soon, but my kids are gonna think cornbread is cake. Okay, this is gonna be the base to all my cakes. Okay, I'm getting it popping. I'm learning it, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it, baby. That little pan. That little pan is a joke because it's finna be gone. It's finna be gone. I just got me another slice and it's still warm. I don't think you understand. Ooh, child. I'm gonna have to. Oh, so good. It is just so perfectly moist. Like cakey, a little doughy, but it's definitely all the way done. Like the substitute of the egg, the substitute of the egg for the sweet potato, the substitute for the sweet potato for the egg, the substitute for the sweet potato for the egg is something different. It's just the texture, and probably the coconut milk instead of cow's milk. Baby, I know I'm late on this, so y'all probably already experienced it, but and no sugar added, no sugar necessary. I have my sweetener, the coconut cream, and the coconut milk, and the sweet potato. Perfect. So refreshing, so light but fulfilling, so sweet but not like cavity sweet, not diabetes sweet. It's like a, you know, like a fruit sweet, like a mango sweet. Like, yes, perfect. You see the red beans and the cornbread, sweet potato cornbread. No cinnamon, no nutmeg, just substituting the sweet potato for the egg. Substituting the sweet potato for the egg. I think I'm saying that right, but you see it. You see it. These is leftover red beans from last week when I cooked. It's okay, some greens, but I froze these and I didn't feel like cooking nothing. I don't have anything else to cook. Like, I need something new in the rotation and I don't know what that is yet. So I just took these out the freezer. And yes, I know they're gonna be bomb.